Conversation with the Inner Earth Citizens. Part 1. A word from the author.
Having spent most of my lifetime feeling out of sync with the rest of society, I began to meditate in 1989 when I was 50 years old. I had taught school for many years, and even with all my degrees and my education, I still couldn't make sense of my life on Earth until I connected with my twin flame and began receiving inner guidance. Along with this ultimate connection came the remembrance of who I am and why I am here. It was a few years after this that I found a newsletter written by Sharula Dux, who came to the surface of the third dimensional plane from Telos, an underground city inside of Mount Shasta. She was born in 1725 and presently lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico, with her husband. In Sharula's newsletter, she wrote about the subterranean cities beneath the Earth's surface, and told about life in Telos. She wrote that Adama was an ascended master and the high priest of Telos. Upon my seeing the name Adama, I couldn't stop wondering about him. One day I was sitting in meditation thinking about Adama, with my pen and notebook by my side, when I suddenly felt a burst of loving and gentle energy go right through me, almost lifting me up into the air. I then heard the words, "I am Adama, speaking to you from Telos." You see, our thoughts go out into the universe and instantly connect us to whomever we think about. So at the moment I thought about Adama, he received my thought and responded. Our thoughts are light, and this language of light is the universal language which operates from within us at the subatomic level, through all frequencies, dimensions, time, and space. Wherever our attention is, our consciousness goes. Adama felt my frequency and resonated with it. I then felt his response through the language of light, and my brain translated his frequency into thought, images, and words. For me, this was quite a simple process. I was just the receiver, recording the words as they came. My mind was entirely out of the way, neither analyzing nor evaluating nor judging the content of the message. We each have our own distinct frequency band which identifies us to anyone in the universe. This is our signature, so to speak. All we need to do is think a thought, and it arrives at its destination. Living light language communes between all things, from the subatomic to the intergalactic, and connects all of life, everywhere. Remember, we are all one. When you think about an ascended being like Adama, know that he is instantly aware of your thoughts, and responds immediately. You just have to clear the airwaves so you can hear his reply. That is the key. Adama began to dictate messages to me at scheduled appointment times, and I would write them word for word in a spiral notebook. These dictations are still continuing, and I have been guided to compile the messages and have them published. I now understand that as Leilel, my star name, I have worked with Adama in past ages, and have lived many lifetimes in Telos and in Lemuria. Telos, a Lemurian colony under Mount Shasta in Northern California, is a city of light governed by a council of 12 ascended masters and its high priest, Adama. The name Telos means communication with spirit. The citizens of Telos, formerly of Lemuria, are working toward the Ascension. They can astral project to any location, and can telecommunicate to anyone in any locality of time and space. In Adama's messages of empowerment, he tells us of our goal, to become a spiritual warrior, one who acknowledges the light within, and to reunite humanity into one human family. For once humanity feels God's love directly from within, all will be able to understand their purpose for being here on earth, and will cease to feel the separation of their soul from God's light. All planets are hollow, and are inhabited by human life of one vibration or another. The sun is also hollow, and is not hot, but cold. Our earth is hollow, and contains an inner central sun. The governing city within the inner earth is called Shambaya. It is located inside the very center of the planet, and can be accessed through holes at either the north or south pole of this planet. The northern and southern lights that we see in our skies are actually reflections of Earth's inner central sun, emanating from her hollow core. There are over 120 subterranean cities located within the Earth's crust. These cities of light are not far beneath the Earth's surface. As a grouping, these cities are called the Agartha Network. The inner Earth beings are highly evolved beings living on the interior surface of the hollow Earth. They are mostly ascended souls who have chosen to continue their evolution in the Earth's inner recesses because of the perfection of conditions existing there. Although Atlantis and Lemuria have become myths on the surface, the people from Atlantis and Lemuria are flourishing in their underground cities. The people within these colonies are people just like you and me, who are living in the third dimension, just as we are. Our Milky Way galaxy is divided into 12 sectors. Our solar system is located in Sector 9, and this sector contains hundreds of other solar systems. The Ashtar Command, also known as the Galactic Command, is composed of millions of starships and volunteers from many star systems and dimensions in our galaxy. The Galactic Command is part of the Confederation of Planets, and protects this sector of the Milky Way galaxy. Their purpose is to assist Earth through this current cycle of planetary ascension. My twin flame is a member of the Galactic Command, and he guides me in my work of reuniting, through awareness and communication, Earth's civilizations, both above and below the surface. Ashtar is the Confederation of Planets commander for our sector. The Silver Fleet oversees our solar system, and has its spaceport inside of Mount Shasta. Anton, who is from Telos, is the name of the commander of the Silver Fleet. It is primarily the people from the subterranean cities who serve on the Silver Fleet.
A welcome from Adama.
Greetings from Telos. I am Adama, Ascended Master and High Priest of Telos, a subterranean city beneath Mount Shasta in California. We have been telecommunicating with Dianne, giving her messages to publish on our behalf. We urge you to read the messages in our book, for its purpose is to awaken you to our existence, to bring to your awareness the full consciousness of the cetaceans, and to sound the call to awaken to the world around you. We are human and physical just like you, except for the fact that our mass consciousness holds thoughts of only immortality and perfect health. Therefore, we can live hundreds and even thousands of years in the same body. I, myself, have been in the same body now for over 600 years. We came here from Lemuria over 12,000 years ago before a thermonuclear war took place that destroyed the Earth's surface. We faced such hardships and calamities above ground, that we decided to continue our evolution underground. We appealed to the spiritual hierarchy of the planet for permission to renovate the already existing cavern inside Mount Shasta, and prepare it for the time when we would need to evacuate our homes above ground. When the war was to begin, we were warned by the spiritual hierarchy to begin our evacuation to this underground cavern by going through the vast tunnel system that's spread throughout the planet. We had hoped to save all our Lemurian people, but there was only time to save 25,000 souls. The remainder of our race perished in the blast. For the past 12,000 years, we have been able to rapidly evolve in consciousness, due to our isolation from the marauding bands of extraterrestrials and other hostile races that prey on the surface population. The surface population has been experiencing great leaps of consciousness, in preparation for humanity to move through the photon belt. It is for this reason that we have begun to contact surface dwellers to make our existence known. For in order for the Earth and humanity to continue to ascend in consciousness, the whole planet must be united and merged into one light from below and one light from above. It is for this reason that we are contacting you, to make you aware of our underground existence so you can bring the fact of our existence to the attention of our fellow brothers and sisters above ground. Our book of channeled messages is written to humanity in hopes that they will recognize and receive us when we emerge from our homes beneath the ground, and merge with them on the surface in the not-too-distant future. We will be grateful to you for the part you play in helping us broadcast the reality of our existence.
We are your fellow brothers and sisters living below the surface of your earth, and here to help you and to work with you. We also receive instructions from the hierarchy. We are involved in the process of ascension just as you are, and we are all gathered here speaking to you. We are here in great numbers, over 25 million in all, from all the subterranean cities of light. We are all unified into one great network of light, called the Agartha Network. This network is vast in its scope, and is responsible for our safety under the earth. We attend great conferences, convening under the earth, where our laws are discussed and weighed in the light of God's divine code of ethics for the earth. We are a self-regulating government, formed on the basis of justice and equality for all life, whether under or upon the earth's surface. All cases are weighed individually according to their specific circumstances, and all are judged by God's light and God's divine code of ethics so that all parties receive the greatest justice, and so that all parties benefit. How old are you?
I am from Lemuria, an ancient civilization. At the time of Lemuria's height, I was an initiate in the temples that were prominent at that time. After the destruction of Lemuria by Atlantis, I went underground with thousands of others to establish Telos. I am no different from you, although I am hundreds of years old by now. So, I have had the benefit of many lifetimes all woven into one. This has given me great insight and great wisdom, which most people don't begin to gather until the end of their short lifespan. Living so many years definitely has its benefits. For me, I can astral project to anywhere I desire. I can also telecommunicate to anyone in any locality of time and space. These are all things that everyone in Telos can do because we've had the benefit of lifetimes of practice. So I am not so different, just more experienced in how to use life's opportunities.
Did the Lemurians know of Atlantis' plan for their demise?
Yes, however, we were cautioned by the spiritual hierarchy not to intercept or provoke a war because of the severe consequences to the earth. So we waited and prayed, and made plans to evacuate ourselves to the underground caverns. This we did, and were able to save 25,000 souls. Atlantis did destroy itself in the end. We of Lemuria survive and flourish underground.
Why didn't the Lemurians return to the surface instead of remaining underground?
We no longer cared to live on the surface because the firmament had been destroyed. We realized we could evolve more rapidly underground, where we were protected from the harsh elements and from marauding bands from other star systems. So we chose to remain beneath ground, wouldn't you? We chose to remain underground because of the ravages of the surface weather and hostile climate. We have built a utopia underground, where we are free to evolve. You too will experience this utopia soon. You on the surface are situated above us, and below the Galactic Command. You are receiving light from above and below. You are between two great forces of light. We here in Telos watch over your surface population very carefully, monitoring your movements and reporting back to our councils. We know all that occurs on the Earth's surface. We are grateful to be a part of this grand experiment. We are grateful to be a part of the Earth's great training ground, where we are all being schooled in life's evolutionary process. Someday soon, we anticipate your journeying forth to visit us here in Telos, and we anticipate our emergence onto the surface, also. We await this time. We pray for this time when we can be reunited with our brothers and sisters again. We embrace the light as it dawns each day, and bless the darkness as it descends on our homes. We bless all of life's activities. We bless this great planet and all its life forms. Know that in Telos, we see the light in all its diversity, and we use the light's energy to travel in our astral bodies. We use light in all its ramifications to create and develop our civilization underground. For although it may appear dark to you, in reality the underground is quite lit up. Even the tunnel passages glow softly with our crystal light technology. When we're underground, we are aware of all that takes place in the universe. We are connected to all star systems in our galaxy via our computer lines, similar to your World Wide Web network. We have a worldwide star network that connects all solar systems in our galaxy. We know what star systems all our brothers and sisters are located in, and know their current state of evolution by tuning into them on our computers. We know all our past lives through our computers, which register all pertinent information through all lifetimes. Our computers are privy to the Akashic records, and they convert them into readable data. Once we merge with your surface population, we will bring our computer network system to link you up to the universe. Then you too can study your past lives, and learn and understand the reasons so many things seem to happen to you in this lifetime. Knowing the past explains the present, and enlightens the future. Know that the Confederation of Planets works closely with the inhabitants of Telos. We are in constant communication with them through our computer systems. We monitor the whole Earth's surface and below the surface. Someday soon, you will have access to this vast computer system that's based on amino acids, and you will be able to plug into our vast monitoring network in the cosmos. Then you will have the information and guidance you will need to stay in a state of balance and harmony with the Earth. This is all waiting for you, waiting for the energies to bring you and all life forms into the necessary state of consciousness that will allow us to implement this grand plan of bringing forth to you our vast computer system that will network you to the stars.
Why have our subterranean brothers and sisters abandoned us all these thousands of years and not come to our aid?
I will explain the position we hold here in the subterranean cities. We came here to evolve unencumbered by negativity. We chose to remain silent because we have seen and experienced the bands of marauders from other star systems, and we wish to be isolated from this so that we could evolve more quickly. We chose our present environment for just that reason. We did not want to expose ourselves to the negativity on the surface. Ours was an experiment, too. An experiment to see how much and how far we could evolve if we were isolated from war and poverty. Coming to the surface, and intermingling with you, would defeat our existence underground. We would then be bringing these negative energies back underground with us, only to infiltrate our subterranean system. Do you understand this? Even if we did surface and bring you our teachings and technologies before now, it would have been in vain. For your mass consciousness was not ready, and would have rejected our teachings, and us, as being from the devil. Know that we could not come to your aid because we ourselves would have been destroyed by exposing ourselves to the surface population. So therefore, we remained in the subterranean cities, waiting for the time when the mass consciousness could safely accept our teachings, our technologies, and us. Now that the light workers have awakened, and the general population is becoming more aware and more sensitive to the Earth, we can safely bring everything to the surface that we've been guarding for centuries. We have had enough wars and strife, and we needed to just concentrate on our spiritual growth, and hold the light securely in place for the planet. We felt this was the best thing we could do, considering the conditions on the surface. Do you understand, now, the reason for our isolation and silence? We did it for our own protection and for yours. Had we not, our home, and teachings, and lives might have been destroyed by now if we had ventured forth to help a sleeping humanity. We know the dark forces have invaded the surface, and are carrying out abductions underground. We know all that occurs on, and in, the planet. But had we exposed ourselves, we would have been victims too, leaving no one to guard our teachings and technologies or to carry the light. We grasp the seriousness and depth of your concern regarding this issue, and we wish it could have been otherwise. We wish we could have been on the surface helping you and protecting you. But because of the circumstances, it would have been very unwise to do so. Now that the mass consciousness and energies on the planet are changing, we can, very soon, come to the surface and merge with the light workers for the final stages leading to the ascension. We here in Telos patiently await this time of increased energy. For it is this elevated consciousness, on your part, that will allow us to surface. There is a divine timing involved here, a divine time frame, so to speak, that will allow us to emerge from our protection under the Earth's surface. For until now, we have been divinely protected in our homes beneath the Earth's crust. We await the directive from the Galactic Command that will put our plan of full emergence into effect. This way, we will be fully protected when we do surface and contact you above ground in our physical third-dimensional forms.
What do the people in Telos look like?
We look just like you, although we are perhaps somewhat taller in stature and broader than you are. We are hefty and strong, for we've been on a vegetarian diet for the last 12,000 years. This diet has slowed our aging process to the point where we've stopped getting older. We use our diet and our mind to remain in a youthful state always, which we term immortality. We are able to prolong our life for as long as we desire, based on our diet and our belief system of immortality. The fountain of youth is located in your own mind. I lived on the surface many thousands of years. I am centuries old by now, and I keep physically fit regardless of my age. In fact, the older I get, the more physically fit I become. I have an athletic build, and I exercise every day. We all take great pride in our physical fitness. We are all healthy and strong, and we all work out, just as you on the surface do. We have long tunnels connecting our cities, and we use these tunnels to run through when we're exercising, just as you use long paths on the surface. You will find that accumulating years, aging, only makes you wiser and stronger, not the opposite. So grow older, in age with grace and dignity, and maintain your physical prowess, agility, and strength. You will find that the more you do, the more you can always do. Don't let age limit you or what people say limit you. For you are unlimited. In Telos, we are still discovering how unlimited we are. We are still finding ourselves delving into the unknown when it comes to our bodies. We keep experimenting with our bodies, and find that we can use our bodies to do so many different things. We are still discovering our inner strength and stamina, and we are still pushing ourselves to the outer limits of what we thought we could do. So too, with you. You can also explore the outer limits of your physical form by not accepting any limitations when it comes to strength. For our bodies were meant to perform Herculean feats, and maintain health and stability, permanently. So look to your bodies as a magical form that can do all you want them to do without pain or limitation. We all know this, and now it is up to you to learn how to utilize the full physical potential that you are endowed with. Know that we all agreed to this plan before we incarnated on Earth, and now is the time to begin implementing it. It is the time we have been waiting for from below and from above. For we work in unison, and we meet nightly with you on the inner planes. We send you our strength and our love, and we will show you how to youth when we join with you on the surface. For the fountain of youth is real, and it is located in your very own mind. I look like a youth, although I am ancient by your standards. You will be surprised and joyous when you discover how easy it is to maintain your youthful appearance.
How is Telos governed?
We are governed by a council of 12 ascended masters. This is a magical number. 12 is the number of completion. All our councils operate on the basis of this number. We convene our councils on a regular basis, according to the needs of our population. Sometimes special meetings are called to meet emergency situations that arise, similar to the surface. All our people actively participate in our type of government on a rotating basis. This experience enables all to develop their leadership skills. Our councils maintain the extraordinary capability of solving even the most complex of problems, due to the wisdom we have accumulated during our long lifespans. You too, on the surface, will begin to accumulate wisdom as you live longer and longer lives. There is no tax system in the subterranean cities or in the hollow earth. We are tax-free, and everything we need is generously given to us from Mother Earth herself. It seems ludicrous to us to have to pay a tax on fruit from our mother's garden or grains from her fields, that she yields so generously. We wonder at the reasoning behind taxing the foods that are supplied from the universal food basket of abundance, and denying people their share. Here in Telos, all foods and commodities are free, and are freely given or bartered for. This way, everyone has everything they need to live a life where all necessities are met, and which results in freedom of time to live and develop our creativity. We don't think about money or taxes, so our thoughts are free to roam the universes. In Telos, we go about business in complete alignment with universal laws. We know that your tax system on the surface is fraudulent, so we don't participate in it. We don't ever tax anyone for anything. Our laws and regulations are direct from the Creator, and it is the Creator that we answer to. There's no middleman in the way. We bring all our business concerns to our councils, where we resolve conflicts individually and according to universal law. This way, only justice is enacted and only justice results. We are very particular about our business connections, and seek only those contracts which are aligned with universal law. There is no profit ever gained at the expense of another, for we all are that other, and by protecting others, we protect ourselves. We are saddened by the state of affairs on the surface. You have become slaves to a corrupt system of usury. You have unwittingly given your power away, and work long hours to pay debts that you don't really owe. We believe in democracy, and the right of all human beings to live in peace and with abundance, and in a system supported by justice for all. We acknowledge your sovereignty and desire to be free of income taxes. In Telos we pay no taxes, nor is such a thing ever considered. We are a free people, each and every one of us, and equally responsible for the economics of our society. Everything we need or use is exchanged through our barter system. This system acts as an even exchange, so that we can freely obtain and trade for whatever we need. This gives us great latitude and freedom in our exchange system, and makes bartering fun. No one is deprived of anything, nor is anything ever taken from us. We value our freedom above all else. We would never allow a system of taxation to exist, for it would deprive us of our inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You on the surface have been duped by your government into believing that you have to pay taxes. Nothing is further from the truth. For in truth, you established your government so as not to be burdened by taxes. You are all free, you just don't know it. In Telos, all our goods have equal value, and we price things within a certain range so that they can be exchanged for a variety of items. All domestic items are made by us, and we import only technological equipment when we need it, and then return it when we're done. It isn't necessary for us to own everything we use, such as is your custom on the surface. We share what we need, hence eliminating the factory production system and long hours of conveyor belt work. Our life is easy, providing all we need in half the work time. We depend entirely upon our amino acid-based computer system to carry out all our activities. We don't use trees for paper, but grow hemp instead. We never cut down a tree, as this would be tantamount to killing another life form. All the products we need we make from hemp. We have many products that you've never heard of on the surface, and we make them using our superior technologies, which are pollution-free. No one here stands in assembly lines for long hours a day. Instead, we have reduced our work days to a minimum of hours, so that we have ample time for extracurricular activities and can rest and play and socialize with others. Socializing is most important to us, and strengthens the fabric of our relationships with one another. Our social structure is what holds our society together. For without binding relationships, a society disintegrates. Know that you are composed of many layers of light, the densest of which is the physical layer or physical body. The layers of light that resonate above the physical resonate with ever finer vibrations of light particles. These layers, together, compose your light body. You are vibrating at a higher resonance in your etheric body when you step out of your physical one. Your etheric body is composed of light particles vibrating at a higher velocity than your physical one. It is for this body, which is composed of light vibrating at a higher rate, that you are exercising care and providing nourishment through your eating habits and with the foods you eat. Heavier foods will lower its rate, while lighter, raw foods will raise its vibratory rate. You vibrate according to the light quotient contained in what your body assimilates. You control your electron spin, so to speak, by what you eat. Your light body is accessing the higher dimensions, while your physical body keeps you grounded on Earth. In Telos, we eat a varied diet of fruits, grains, and vegetables. Our meals are tasty and delicious according to your dietary standards. We serve only organically grown foods, as this is the only way our farms produce food. We are technologically advanced when it comes to food production, and we know how to grow the healthiest foods using the best farming methods. Our technology allows the land to breathe and maintain all its vital vitamins and minerals that are so necessary to good health. We use crop rotation and hydroponic farming to grow all our own food. We don't import or export foods as you do, and we eat only locally grown crops. You on the surface are depleting your land, and bringing disease to your bodies as a result of using chemicals in your food chain. We, on the other hand, use only the healthiest crops from the healthiest soil. Our land, water, and air are of the purest form, and result in only the highest quality foods possible on a planet. So our bodies are enriched and rejuvenated after each meal, and we don't get tired after eating as you do. We also put nutrients directly into our food chain through water.
How do you grow and distribute your food in Telos?
In Telos, food production takes priority. We are all trained in growing and producing food. We have a very varied diet, eating only those foods that contain the life force in them. Hence, we only eat vegetables, grains, fruits, and nuts. All meat is banned. You on the surface are still eating dead foods, foods that no longer carry the life force. All in Telos work in the hydroponic gardens growing our foods. We all take turns developing and experimenting with our crops. Once the food is grown, it is then taken to our distribution center where everyone comes to pick up their supplies. We don't freeze food as you do on the surface. All our food is eaten fresh, for this is the way that all nutrients are consumed. Every day people pick up their food for the day. It is easier for us to shop every day for our food. Since our workday is only 4 hours long, we have much more time available to tend to our nourishment and health. We have time to cook nourishing foods, time to exercise, and time to indulge in our creativity. This slower pace has many advantages. We don't have the pressure and stress as you do on the surface. All we do is in harmony and peace. Our lives are tranquil and in tune with the Creator. All that we use in the production for food consumption is reused. We have no landfill sites as you do on the surface, because all we use is recycled over and over again. This is the advantage of having advanced technologies. All that we use, we reuse. For nothing is wasted or overproduced. All is in harmony with nature, and all we do supports nature. Nature, in her glory and abundance, bears great quantities of food. Nature, left alone, produces abundance. So, we live close to nature, and follow her rhythms and cycles in the food chain. First and foremost, we are all trustworthy and responsible workers. We cherish the earth, and all our food production is carried on in honor and respect for the earth's resources. We don't use paper or plastics, nor do we wrap our food in any way. Our food is produced and then delivered directly to our distribution centers. This way, all that we use can be immediately replaced. It is all computerized through a master food computer that keeps all of our dietary requirements in mind. Of course, it is all guided and directed by our people who take turns in shifts in different areas of household work. All our food is grown and produced by us. It is pure and free of chemicals and contaminants. We practice organic gardening, as it is the only way to survive and still retain our full consciousness. We do use containers to store our food, and these containers are used over and over again. We never discard anything, nor do we ever bury anything in our soil, for the earth is alive also, and we respect and protect her. So, our way of producing and distributing food is vastly different from yours. We thrive on our way of life, and we invite you to join us at our table when you do visit us here. For we shall share our feast of life with you, and you will delight in its simplicity and taste. We welcome you all to Telos, where we will entertain, and show you the wonders of living in a higher state of consciousness.
Is there a lot of celebrating in Telos?
We are always celebrating here in Telos, for we believe in the continuous celebration of life, the continuous celebration of displaying our love for one another and our appreciation to each other for being a mirror to our soul. We celebrate holidays with our families and friends. We gather together in our houses and have feasts, and give thanks to God for the abundance on earth and in earth. We come together often, at intervals, just to socialize and eat. Our feasts are full of many varied vegetable dishes, since we have eliminated meat from our diet. We dance and sing, and have wonderful festivities in our homes beneath the earth. We are a very social and gregarious people, always wanting to be together and sharing life's joys. For joy is all we know, and all we allow into our lives. Anything less than joy is just not in our mass consciousness. We wake up with love in our hearts, and go to sleep at night satisfied with our daily service of love to each other. You on the surface will soon learn to openly display your feelings of love for one another, and to gaze directly in each other's eyes and see the soul behind the gaze, and know that this soul and yours are one. Our home life is similar to yours in many simple and diverse ways. We always give thanks at mealtime, and always eat foods rich in nutrients and life force. We like to socialize after meals, and often sing and dance together until dusk, when we go home to our own houses. We go to sleep early, and tend to rise with the dawn. Our schedules vary as our interests differ, and we choose our schedules according to our interests and needs. We are highly responsible when it comes to working, and we arrange our own schedules to fit our lifestyles. Our lifestyles are challenging to us, as we create our dreams during our waking hours and weave them into our reality, and watch them come true during our lifetime. We can easily do this, since our lifetimes are long, and we can bring many dreams to fruition during our lifespan of hundreds and thousands of years. We are an inventive people by nature, and experiment with life continually as we evolve closer and closer to God. The closer we evolve toward God, the more we experiment with life. And the more we experiment and evolve, the more possibilities appear before us in unending experiences. Experience leads to growth, and growth leads to evolvement. So, our lives are filled with challenges as we continue our evolvement underground. We are fortunate to be able to evolve in security and peace, and soon these two elements will be prevalent on Earth, and you too will begin to make mighty strides in evolution. In Telos, we grow all our own food using the water and sunlight from our Earth. Our water is sparkling clear, pristine, and clean, and our sunlight is the full spectrum of light, which nurtures and nourishes both plants and our bodies. We are all healthy and strong, and work hard caring for our environment. But what we term work is different from your definition. For our work encompasses both joy and skill in carrying out our day's projects. We set aside a certain number of hours to complete our daily work chores, and use the remainder to indulge in our hobbies and creativity. Creativity plays a large role in Telos, and is on an equal footing with manual labor, for we believe in balancing life's activities. We believe in participating in all we do with great joy, and indulging our creativity by pursuing all we can by pursuing all opportunities. Through our long lifespans, we have all demonstrated that we can create just about everything we could ever desire. We have all demonstrated our various talents in many different and diverse areas. We utilize all our talents, all our creativity, and all our special skills for the benefit and welfare of all in Telos. Our lives are very joyous. We spend a lot of time outdoors in our communities. We spend a lot of time socializing and helping each other. We spend a lot of time visiting and training our youth to develop their talents and skills. We are a homogenized group, blending easily and well with one another to reap the fruits that life offers. And life offers a lot. Life offers all you could dream of. Life supplies all you could possibly want. The purpose of life is to dream, and in the dream, to create all you've dreamed. Well, this is what we've learned to do. We've learned to create the dream of life. For we've kept our thoughts pure and in harmony with the Creator. Therefore, all we dream, we create, and all we create, we honor. For all life is sacred, and all of life's activities are sacred. All we put our mind to, we accomplish. The key to our success is the purity of our thoughts and our love for life. We know the conditions on the surface are in contrast to the environment in Telos. And yet it's possible for you to live beyond the density you feel on the surface. It's possible for you to fly above the discord and chaos by keeping your sight focused on the stars, and your heart in tune with the melodies of the Creator. All of us in Telos are in readiness to receive visitors from the surface. We pray for this time when we can open our doors to all who choose to come here. For in truth, we are all brothers and sisters who have been separated by the Earth's stratum. So, whenever you are weary, just focus on your brothers and sisters in Telos, and draw from us your strength. For we will soon be working alongside of you on the surface, guiding you and showing you all that can be. In Telos, our days begin in meditation and prayer, and hope, as we conceive and create the beauty around us and in our lives. We bring all we conceive to fruition, as we, too, climb the path of evolution. The difference is, our climb is in heightened consciousness, for we are aware of our conscious movement on the spiral of life. We evolve consciously, and this is the difference between our civilizations. As more and more light envelopes the surface of the Earth, you will find yourselves expanding dramatically, and in conscious attunement with Mother Earth as she also expands her consciousness to envelope all living things that reside on, and in, her body of light. Yes, she is all light, as you are all light, as all life is light in varying states of evolvement. It is this spiritual evolvement that is causing the confusion and chaos on the earth plane, as those entities who are not prepared to evolve resist the energies that are pouring in. When light is resisted, then pain and confusion exist in the hearts instead. So, open your hearts to the inpouring of light that is being given to you in this divine dispensation to dramatically bring all life up to heavenly standards of light and love. We feel only love for our brothers and sisters on the surface. We understand your sacrifices and the endurance that is necessary to exist in surface conditions. But it won't always be as it is. You and all life are in the process of changing dramatically, as all life is changing its frequency to light, pure, white, golden light from the inner heart of God. This is the light that you already are made of, although most of you have forgotten. Your many hundreds of thousands of lifetimes are coming together, and you are remembering. This is what awakening is all about. It is remembering who you are and where you came from, and why you are here. You came from the higher dimensions with a vision and a dream, and it is your dream that you are trying to remember, the dream of life, the dream of eternity, that is eluding you. To remember, just focus on yourself and see yourself enveloped in the white, golden light of perfection and beauty, and know this is you. Know that you are beautiful beyond words, and perfect beyond sight. Then bring this beauty and perfection into your vision, and see yourself standing young and tall, and serene and magnificent. For this picture is who you truly are in all your majesty of light. In Telos, we see your light. We see our own light, and never lose sight of our immortality. It is our inner sight that is the key to opening the doors of immortality where we eternally dwell. Opening this door of vision will allow you to walk into the world of immortality, and dwell there eternally with us as the brothers and sisters that we are. Sundays are leisurely here in Telos, as we rest, relax, and socialize together. We take long walks and hikes through our tunnel system. We love picnics, and eat outdoors where the weather is always perfect picnic weather. Our living conditions are ideal, and we are thankful for all we have. We thank the earth and the stars and all planetary bodies for existing in such harmony and unity with one another, a perfect example for mankind to follow. In Telos, we share all that we have between households. We are a very integrated community, and delight in sharing our commodities with each other. This enables us to visit and to be together more often. The family isolation that you experience on the surface doesn't exist in Telos. We are one big extended family, borrowing and sharing all we have. For this truly is the way to God, knowing that each of us is truly one. Therefore, we strive to be loving and tolerant to all we come in contact with, no matter what the differences appear to be. For beneath the skin, and in the core, lies the light of God shining for all eyes to see. So, it is the eyes of God we look through when viewing one another, and it is the heart of God we feel through when caring for one another. For it is God's light that we see in all, and it is God's heart that we perceive. This gives us great latitude. It gives us a great expanse in which to practice unconditional love, knowing that it will be returned many-fold. We are fortunate to have reached this level of unconditional love, and we have spent many lifetimes practicing it. Now that we've achieved immortality, and can live for hundreds and thousands of years, we have perfected our hearts and can radiate unconditional love continuously. This is our state of being, and it comes naturally with no thought or effort. This is one of the many bonuses of living long lives. What we perfect, we use, and what we use, we benefit from. This is why it is important to achieve immortality, You then have the decided advantage of putting all your accomplishments to use so that you can truly experience a life of creativity and bliss. We know you all long for this kind of life, and we will soon be surfacing to show you the way. We will guide you and show you the path of bliss, where you can all walk, unencumbered, again. We are your brothers and sisters of light, and we love you all with all our hearts, and soon our hearts will merge with yours, as we emerge from our hidden homes beneath the earth.